Hey guys, Xander here. Today I thought just to break the ice, get a general feeling of how I appreciate figures, I would just go through my top 10 figures as of this moment. Now, I will say, some exceptions, none of my big ticket items, like my masterpieces or my G Creations Wrath are going to be on this list, or my Studios Cell Primus, just because I feel like it's just not fair. Those are kind of in a league of their own, because obviously, a little bit more money was spent on them. There's gonna be some favors for them, so they're just in their own. And then I'm not saying just all the the mainline stuff, because all my Transformers Prime stuff is also on its own shelf, but that's just because I have rose tinted nostalgia glasses so thick that they would look like this on my face. So this is just top 10 general figures I've gotten just ever, really. To start off at for my 10th one, I'm gonna have to go with Earthspark Soundwave. Now, I was lucky enough to have found this figure while walking Target around my birthday last year. I got this thing for retail price, and I am so glad that I did, because the day that I got it, it was the only time I've ever seen it in store, and I go to many resale shops, and this is the only one I've ever seen in person, so I just had to get it, especially with how rare it is. And then there's a very Prime-esque design, in my opinion, so I really enjoy it. I think it's well made, especially for being a mainline figure. It's just well articulated. And then yeah. And then the jet mode is also just very sleek, very flat. It's a well articulated robot. It turns into such a flat, condensed, and good stealth bomber. This is the only stealth bomber transformer that I have. I know there's a Megatron one and I think a Rat-Bat one that turns into stealth bombers. Never really been something that caught my interest, but it's just done so well. And then for 9th place, Studio Series Bumblebee movie Optimus. This figure is just so close to perfection in my eyes. Robot mode, the only kibble that's supposed to be there is a kibble that's supposed to be there. Its back is super clean. It's a very compact, slim figure, and it's just so, again, articulated so well. Engineering is the perfect level of complexity that the first time I tried to transform it, it was oh, where does this go? And then after that, it just became so quick, so easy. Not to mention, again, it's just its ability to bend and pose in ways that a lot of Optimuses, whenever I got this at the time, just weren't able to. Just very good, very not accurate to the movie, because this was based off a concept, but again, who cares? This thing is so good. And then the truck mode, oh my god, again, going back to the idea of no kibble, it is a perfectly flat, perfectly square truck. On the bottom side, it's not super, it's a little gappy here, but I'll take that gap for this and this. It's just so good. I remember walking into the resale shop that I found this at, and they get new products as well as the old stuff. And I walk in fully intending on not really getting anything. I unironically also just so happened to be my birthday a few years ago, back whenever the Bumblebee movie was coming out. I walk in to grab I think it was, I think I was gonna buy a skipjack, and then I see this, and I'm like, well, damn, I'm not getting that skipjack anymore. And so I get this, and it's just been at the centerpiece of my collection. Back before I had these shelves, I kind of just had them organized, my Autobot cast, Decepticon cast. For years, this was my definitive Optimus. And then my number 8 spot, I have the Gamer Edition Studio Series Optimus Prime from Morph Cybertron. I actually personally never played these games. I've only ever watched playthroughs. So many times did I watch playthroughs. I watched reviews of the original figures. when I was growing up, a figure that I always wanted was the original Generations version of this. That was the deluxe. I was always like mesmerized by how I was able to turn from a fairly accurate robot to the very accurate vehicle mode. And like once this got announced and I saw it come out, I bought that thing instantly. Just very faithful to the game. It's post Siege and Earthrise stuff, so everything is going to be very well articulated, ankle joints, so it's just well articulated. I also enjoy how, let's disarm. I also enjoy how the gimmick with the weapons, so that way it actually looks like it's coming out of their arm. Peak. And then the vehicle mode. I mean, it's like the game model is in my hand. If anything ever feels like it came from the screen into my hand, I'm immediately gonna like it. I feel like that's how everyone feels with Transformers. And like, yeah, sure, the hands are available. If it bugs you enough, there's upgrade kits all over the place. Like, I think gap fillers and panel liners are some of the biggest third-party purchases people make for Transformers. If it bugs you that much, you can fix it. But like this, again, great, fantastic. Now for number 7, this is definitely I think this is the oldest figure on this list, but that would be Hunt for the Decepticons Lockdown. If you guys know anything about this, there's a YouTuber, Transformer stop motion guy on here called Crosshairs Productions. And he made a fantastic stop-motion movie and series called Transformers Ascension and like Transformers Shattered Glass. Fantastic. I think I watched that movie more than I watched the second Transformers live-action movie. Great. I loved it. And in the series, this is the lockdown that he uses for breaking Megatron out of prison. And I didn't even know this figure. I didn't know this figure existed until I saw that. And I would say that a lot of my purchasing of some of the figures I have is entirely based off of that stop motion that Crosshairs Production did. And this was the first one I got of this. From what I can tell, this is a bit of a harder figure to find, so it's a little bit rarer. And I feel like I got it for a good price of like $70. And yeah, it's just, I like the asymmetricalness of it. I like how this is actually the front of the car. It's just a lost art of the engineering world. And then just a very clean, sleek, animated, inspired vehicle mode. Like, obviously this was made for the live-action line of toys with Hunt for the Decepticons. But I really think that this is a great rendition of that original lockdown design that we got from Animated. So now this figure is going to have a little bit of a different kind of story to it. Like every other figure I've had has been generational figures, figures that are hard to find. That's how I kind of find most of this stuff, is figures that are a little hard to find / just really well engineered figures. There's some people I see online saying like this mold isn't well made or whatever, but I love it. And that would be Age of the Prime's Crasher. Now you might be wondering, of all the figures that have been shown on this list, all of them have been very good high-end figures, and I would say that this one is equally as good and high-end. But I also have a very special place in this for my heart, because this is the first Transformer that my girlfriend bought me, and it just means a lot to me. It's always on the shelf that it's on. It's right in the middle. You can always see it. Nothing's ever blocking it. Decepticon Crasher is just always going to be now entwined with my fantastic girlfriend, and I'm just very appreciative, because again, I don't know, I just appreciate her and appreciate everything she does for me. And then the vehicle mode is, I think it's well done for what it is. Like having that accurate front plate, like obviously this was meant to be Mirage. Having that accurate front plate and having the legs turn into the much more narrow actual F1 car, I think is really well engineered. Like, I've never been an issue for faux parts. I've never been in one that has any problems with like something fake being used to make it more accurate. Like, faux parts with a reason never bugged me. And so, like, this, having a faux part for a reason, I can't complain. Alright, I think this might be the biggest, or second biggest, if we count one of the other ones, alternate modes. 86 Commander Ultra Magnus. Again, it's like the 86 movie model popped right off the screen. The back kibble doesn't exist. There is no kibble at all. Like, again, great figure. Well articulated. He's big. He's chunky. He feels like he's worth $90. He feels like he's worth $100. And I have all the Commander classes that have been released. Like, you can see Skylinks back there. And this one's just so good. I don't have everyone. I don't have Magmatron, but, like, I could miss out on that one. But it's just so nice. It's so good. Chunky, hefty. He has a good hand feel. He has ratchet joints. I mean, his knees wiggle a little bit, but, like, his hips wiggle a little bit. But I like the fact that he has this. I enjoy that these are spring-loaded. He has the Matrix. He has the ability to hold a Matrix. His weapons are up on the shelf right now, but it's just so good. Again, just the size of him. He has a very big shelf presence. Like, he catches your eye when you look at him, and I love that so much. I mean, what are we talking about? Like, look at how, again, so chunky, so big, so, like, commanding, and you can see me through him. And again, like, he's not loose, he's not hollow in his robot mode, and he turns into an amazing car carrier. I like how so much of the engineering is in, like, the torso and cab of this, because it just makes it look that much better. Like, again, I'm a sucker for engineering. I'm an engineering student myself. Anytime something makes me look at it and go, wow, this is complex, I enjoy this, but, like, it's the good kind of complexity that doesn't make me want to rip my hair out. It's always going to just tickle my brain, and, like, this does that. This is just does such a good job of that. And again, he turns from such a large and commanding figure to a genuinely good sized car carrier, and it's just really impressive to me. So, side piece, I enjoy how this comes apart. I think it makes it so much easier to transform. This is number 4. So, rank number 4 on my list is Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Do I think that he should have been priced at a Voyager? No. I actually really would rather wish Hasbro would do just individual pricing for figures. I understand how impossible that is, how unrealistic it is, because, like, asking a store to constantly change price tags, this, that, or the other, I don't care. He's worth more than the Deluxe. He's not worth a Voyager. But that doesn't change the fact that I absolutely adore this figure, and ever since I got him, he's constantly either on my desk or in my hands. I think that his range of motion is amazing. I enjoy the accessories that he came with. I like his guns. I like, again, how slim his profile is. I enjoy the head visor, and whenever I first started working, this was one of the first Transformers that I purchased for myself. And again, it just means a lot to me, like, just in general, but also just the engineering of this figure is also something that just gets me going. I love it. I love the engineering on this figure, and I like how accurate it is to the movie. I know that they just released one as of making this video in May of 2026, that there's one that has a little bit more accurate colors and comes with a fishing rod. Now, as cool as that is, don't care. I think that the, like, more toy accurate animation color, or toy accurate colors, is better, because, like, the magenta's cool, don't get me wrong, but, like, I think that really only shows up in the movie depending on what scene and what lighting you see. But yeah, again, this was a robot. This was a full, I mean, his undercarriage isn't great, but you're not displaying it like this. This was a robot. This was a bipedal humanoid robot that turned into a very sleek and very fast looking car. I find it satisfying the way that the chest transforms and moves around. And I like how flat, sleek, and aerodynamic it turns into. Once this level of engineering started hitting regular main store shelves, that's the day that Hasbro had a chokehold on my wallet. At number 3, I feel like this probably is going to be my most controversial pick, but it is 100% the Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime mold. I adore this. I think that of a mainline figure, that this had the hardest job and pulled it off as best as it possibly can, because even if this backpack bugs you, it is on the easiest and most, like, ooh, I almost dropped my drink. Easiest and most, like, this mushroom peg, you can take it on and off, and it's still going to do its job, and it's not going to just plop off, because, again, it has the connection tabs. It's just so good. It looks so close to the actual CGI model. I enjoy that it comes with this blade. Hold on. I enjoy that it comes with this blade, and I enjoy that it comes with the Sword of Judgment and the shield. And I like that he has the articulated hands, and the head sculpt looks really good. I also have the Nemesis Prime version that has the face in the darker gray. I also really enjoy that, but the Age of Extinction one just takes the cake, because, like, I don't know, it's just, I look at this and I can't help but think, wow, look at how good that looks. And thinking about it more as I was converting him, I think I like this figure for the same reasons as the Bumblebee movie one, where everything looks like it's supposed to be there, and like the truck mode doesn't have much kibble, and they do their best in the robot mode, that it's just about the same as the Bumblebee movie Optimus, but this one's just more impressive because it's supposed to not look like it turns into anything in the robot mode, and it does a great job of converting between the two, and it's peak. The last two, I don't think are going to be super shocking, just like considering the state of Transformers as it is, but Armada Commander Class Optimus. Now, I have watched Armada, but I didn't watch it until I was, I think, 15, so it wasn't the show I grew up with. But this figure is an amazing rendition. It's a little stylized for sure, but that was what happens when you get Legacy, as it was. It's still fairly accurate. It's still got the yellow eyes. It has the stylized matrix. The trailer and then the super mode is probably one of the best commanders you can get, because it's probably the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to that $90 price point. He doesn't have any posable hands or anything, but in his defense, his legs turn into arms. So, and it has a pretty solid truck mode. I mean, it's based off of a 2002 cartoon, so the truck bed is a little bit long, but like, again, it turns into arms. It turns into an entire torso. But it's just the small things like the visible hands, and the long truck bed that keep this from being number 1 for me. But again, it's still a great figure, and I can't do anything but praise it, because again, it's probably the commander class that has the most bang for your buck. I would say that the only other one that you might be able to have the argument for is Magmatron, just because of how much that figure does. But this one, I mean, it's Optimus Prime. What are you gonna do about it? And then this is probably my most, I don't know, normie new gen take that you could have. But my favorite figure at this moment that isn't like the ones I previously mentioned, kind of just excluded from being in there, is Studio Series Commander 86 Optimus Prime. This is probably a feat of engineering for me. The fact that you can get something that looks like this, like, yes, granted he has a little bit of backpack, but you can argue that he had one in the show. You have something that looks like this, that's so well proportioned, that came out during the time of Skybound comics were coming out, and again, it's like I'm holding MP44 at a reasonable price in my hands that isn't $500. I did get, this is an official version, by the way, as you can see, and it's just, it's hefty, it has good weight, everything is so tight. I think this figure is a year old now, a little over a year old, and it hasn't started to degrade at all. The white is still white, it's not yellowing. I know how I was just talking about with Crasher, how faux parts don't bother me, but like I find it so impressive that, again, for what it does and how it transforms, considering it's basically a mini MP44, that this does a better job of keeping its chest windows as the actual windows of the truck than MP44 does. Again, this is peak. This is fantastic. And this is a fantastic truck mode. No kibble, virtually no kibble. Like, underside looks good, the front looks good. It is a fake grille, but like I said, I don't care about faux parts. It's not bad. And then it's such a satisfying transformation. I think it's along the same lines of the Commander, along the same lines of the 86 Ultra Magnus, because like I feel like the engineering is so satisfying, and it's just it's such a good feel in very different ways, because it goes, this guy goes from being such a commanding figure down to a like open and big car carrier, while this one just shifts its weight so well, and it turns and like it expands into this good box from being a very humanoid figure. It's just so good. Yeah, I would say that those are my top 10 figures I have right now, excluding my big ticket items and my Prime stuff. Yeah, and I hope that just gives you an insight onto how I like my figures.